These are the expression part which we have not dealt with earlier because it was not needed in any of those things. Jaw will be a part of the lip sync. We don't need it now. Mouth maybe, may not be. No, we will not take it. Yeah, this is not a part of lip sync, so we can take it. Sneer, yeah, maybe a part of it. Tongue is definitely a part of lip sync. Sardonic emotion. So these few factors are not a part of the lip sync. We can select these few and create sets, quick selection set. We will name it as expression or X or whatever you might. Now you see we have got this entire thing. So we have select the expression. We will click on this head and what we will do, we will plot these keys. This will enable us to know exactly where we need to close the eyes or where some stretch and squash and everything or other things might work out. So here our eyes were normal. Eyelids, you see, big and small, you can do everything. So we'll keep the eyes to a normal. Nothing special, just looking carefully at this thing. 1 to 15, it did not do any change. Here the eyes changed. Now you see guys, the expression changed before the movement. We will be doing that, but before that we will follow these keys. What expression it changed? The eyes become maximum bigger, the eyebrows went up and what not. Eyelids went up, eyebrows went up. So this is what's happening. And this is what was continuing, right?
I love you.
And continuing till here. Then what happened? My eyes closed, eyebrows went down, and then here my eyes opened again, and here again my eyes were bigger. So what happened here? My eyelids closed down. My eyebrows were a bit up. So you see, hold the eyelids, eyebrows are a bit up till here. In fact, here my eyebrows went down a little bit more down. And then here again my eyes were popped up. And this continued almost till the end. Even my eyebrow also went up a little bit.
I love you.
Just to exaggerate it, we'll take this thing a bit more down.
I love you. I love you.
Click on this PM, go to the smooth and give it a value of 1. It went up and then it closed down and then it went up and like this. Now the way we did the ease in, ease out, the slow in, slow out for our body, the same implements in case of our eyebrows, eyelids and so on, emotions. Our emotions also goes through a lot of ease in, ease out and like that. Go to the graph editor, go one by one, eyebrows, okay. Now guys, in the initial stages, was there any change in the eyebrow? Yeah, it was there. Of course, we will be shifting all these things. We will be offsetting this 3. So you see here, the eyebrows went up. And then from 22 to 33, though the body is moving, the expression is static. So what we will do, just create it down a little bit. So you see guys, what happens here is a very minor ease out or ease in, slow in, slow out continues. That gives a more organic feel to the expression. Again here, you see, 46. You can just take it down a little so that there's some organic feel. If you look carefully at this part, if you carefully look at this part, or more specific, if I say, this is the part. Just check out. There is some sort of movement which is continuing, which even gives it a more organic feel. So this is how we can manipulate. Now let's come to these eyelids and we'll see what are the things we can do. Here it was okay. Here the eyelid can have a little bit of ease out. Even in fact here also the eyelid can have a little bit of ease out, but once it is opening, it remains static as normal. Whatever we are thinking inside, that usually comes out before we do the movement. It means that the expression always happens a bit earlier to the action. See, much before the body could have even started, the eyes started expressing. The eyes changed. So what we will do, hold this expression part and this part, shift 1, 2 or maybe 3. You see here? This is what exactly was happening. If you compare these two, much before the body did start movement, the expressions almost reached its peak point. So even here also 1 and 2 keys.
I love you. I love you.
Now we will go for certain refinements. The first thing we are going to do is adjustment of the camera to fit the pose inside. Select the camera. Now to adjust, you should unlock the camera which you have locked earlier. The key is being set up there. So what we will do here is we'll go to the last pose and see what is the minimum distance that we can take out to fit the body inside. So this is pretty much a fit, a bit more. The body is pretty much inside. The next which comes is clean silhouette. So for that you have to press the 7 of Maya and check out. Clean silhouette is, even in spite of the fact that we make the body entirely black, are we able to understand what the pose of the body is? Pretty much clear. Yeah, what we can see is make it a little bit down like this. This ear is almost getting touched with the shoulder, so either we can take down the shoulder or we can rotate the head also a little bit on this side. So these are the things. So let's do that. In these cases, it is always preferable to adjust from the graph, because if we do it manually from the viewport, then we might miss out the parity between this key and the next key and so on. So what we will do, if you carefully notice here in the graph editor, till here, that is till 38, it was okay. So it is from this key, from 44 to 70 that we need to adjust. So what is that? So what is the rotation, or what is the axis that we need to? Seems to be rotation Y. Yes, buddy, see parallelly you have a look at the viewport X, yeah. Similarly for this hand also, if you want to show the fingers in a better way, no. Is it rotation Z? No. Seems to be rotation Y. Right. So you see, the silhouette is much more clear. Now I will keep the basic lip shapes. See, this basic lip shapes and basic expressions, this helps us a lot in determining the mood of the shot from the very beginning. First, the lip is quite normal.
I love you.
In in the word I, the R is open. Then in the word love, O is prominent. In you also, U is prominent. So we'll keep the basic lip shapes. This is the jaw, and all these things are there. Mouth. We will select this set of controllers, create, sets, quick selection set, and we will name it as L. Say for example lip sync, add to shelf, save all shelves. Select this L quick selection set, click on the head and plot the keys. And so the jaw and the mouth, these two will be the most determining factors. The mouth is a bit open in the beginning. So take it, it's the jaw. So you see, it's a bit open in this beginning stage. So now we can see that pretty much in the first pose, the jaw was almost constant. From here to here, the jaw will be in the same opening value. Then the jaw opened up. So this is pretty much the R. and the R got opened up somewhere in the transition itself. It didn't have to wait till the end. We'll click on this 22 and copy it in 33. Now the main determinant factor is U. So we need to get a U shape here. Depending on the rig, in some rigs you already have those things automated and you can click the values and get. Now here you don't have it. You have to attain it by the combination of two controllers, that is the mouth and the jaw. Ooh, so we need to make it narrower. So this is perhaps the maximum that we can attain. La, ah. Here we have ah, little bit more, sort of, just not to keep it static, because these expressions will give you more feel.
I love you.
Now comes the finger offset. So when the fingers are opening up, we can give a little bit of detail, like when the fingers are opening up here and coming back. So what we can do is just go to 50 here, open the fingers up a little bit. You can spread up the fingers and then
Love you.
if you just check from 46 to 51, since the right hand is very close to the camera, what we can do, we can just create a key here, and when the fingers are opening up, let the fingers open up more. Now let's come to the funda of head tilt. A straight head is a bit boring. Always, if you want, you can just give a tilt. Not necessary, but this makes things a bit more interesting. We can see that the head is tilting on this side in the word I. We can just tilt it a little bit on this side, and definitely in this point of time we will not go to the viewport and do it, but we'll do it through the graph editor. So what axis is this? This is the Z axis. Come here, rotate it a little bit. And of course, while you're doing the rotation, I think the direction for the target got changed. What we'll do here is we'll come over here and we'll do this thing.
I love you.
Here also you see the head is pretty much straight. So what we can do, tilt the head a bit on that side.
I love you.
So the tilting of the head, I feel it gives more intense value to the dialogue. It might not be there in your acting, but you can do it here. Next comes the stretch and squash of the head. Now guys, this is not a very necessary thing, but you can use it to get a cartoony feel. What is the stretch and squash? So this is the stretch and squash, the sidewise, and you see as I'm manipulating, you get a very flubbery feel of the body. We'll be following the same principle of the bouncing ball. Now here, let's consider this as the ball, and from 15 to 22 it went up. So from 15 to 22 it went up. So come to 18, these keys, the stretch and squash what we are using and the one of the head are different, but definitely the stretch and squash has to match the head. So what we will do now, delete the entire keys for the stretch and squash, and then select the stretch and squash, select the head, and start plotting the keys, because this stretch and squash will happen according to the head movement. So when the ball is traveling from 15 to 18, from 15 to 22, in 18 we can increase the stretch a little bit. So here the ball is bouncing down, and this is the maximum part where the ball has went down. We'll squash it. When the ball is traveling, we will increase it. When the ball is hitting, we'll squash it. Again it will increase it, and automatically it will come to the default.
I love you. I love you.
So guys, you can see this is the normal, this is the stretching part. It's stretched almost, and then it went to normal. Here it's squashed. You can go ahead and even implement these things in the body, and it all depends how cartoony you want the character to be. Now the next chapter will be lip sync. So guys, now it's time for the lip sync. The main fun of lip sync is not to do each and every phoneme or word, nothing like that. The main thing is to focus on the prime words, the prime shapes. At the same time, if you want to do each and every shapes, then it is like too much in too little time. So you have to be very careful, and you have to be a bit picky about which words are you going to emphasize and which words you are going to stress upon. The rest of all will automatically fall in place. And it also depends on the level of the camera. If the camera is very tight close-up, then you need to pay more attention towards the lip sync than the acting, because then the lip sync does most of it and the expression. If the camera is a mid shot or a bit far off, then there are certain tips and tricks which can be worked out with the lip sync, so that the main focus is to pay attention toward that part of the body which is visible more. In the mid shot, it's the expression and the lip sync and a bit of the body acting on the upper part. In the close-up shot, it's more of the lip sync and expression, and likewise. So let's jump into the lip sync and check how things happen in production. First, create a camera. This is the camera 2 which we have created. We'll name the camera as face cam. We'll constrain the camera to the head. Since the camera is constrained to the head, with every movement of the head, the camera is just following it. And so in this camera viewport, no matter what happens, your camera is always focused at the face. So mouth, jaw, tongue and sneer, these are the main controllers for the lip sync. I have converted this character into a smooth mode. Select this controller and go to here smooth. So there are varied levels of smoothness. I have given one.
I love.
So much before I could utter the word R, my mouth opened up. Now you see in this part, where is the mouth getting converted from R to E? It is approximately here. But carefully notice one thing: the moment the mouth is getting converted from R to E, the next word is love. There's very small gap between the word E and L. In fact, we can say that the E and L is almost happening together. These are the few points which we need to notice now before starting. These are the keys which have been plotted earlier just to get the basic shapes for the convincing blocking. So I'll delete these now. So one thing is very clear, that my mouth opened in R shape much before I could actually utter the word. We'll start to open the mouth from maybe 12 and go to 18 and and as usual we will always click on the script to key so that every controller gets keyed along. And then you see, when my mouth opens up from here to here, the R remains for some time. Let's take into consideration that this R will remain open for a couple of frames, and then if you notice carefully, the E starts to come from somewhere here. Now the issue is, the moment the E comes, the L of the love also comes almost following to it. So first we'll do here, we'll give the E. The L is almost coming at 29. I love. So almost you see L. The L is happening mainly with the tongue, which is touching the upper part of the mouth, but the lip shape is almost like E. It is all, the L is coming here 30. So this is the tongue thing, and once you go this sidewise, then you can touch the upper part. L, If you look carefully at the mirror which you have along with you, whenever you are saying the word la, the tongue is touching the upper part of your mouth. Now, though it is not very prominent here, but when you are doing any close-up shot, these things will come into view in a much more magnified way. So better we can practice it right now itself. So here it is the la. And again from la, we are going to love, that is a. The a is coming again. So either we can go here frame number 18, which we have the la value, and copy it here somewhere, wherever the a is there, or we can create an entirely new shape. We can increase the jaw a little bit just to make it more prominent. I love. And now it will be va. Va. Just check the lip sync, the lip here. This is the va lip. So the upper lip is overlapping the lower one. The va is somewhere in 42. The upper teeth is a bit protrude out, the upper lip. You can make it more or less wherever you want. So it is. So again, as love you. Now there is a little bit of E here. E. So let's come down to that little bit of E. Now just keep it in mind, here the dialogue or the lip sync might be not that fast. Dialogue would have been very fast, then this E wouldn't have been possible. Then love, immediately after this one, we would have come to oo. I love you. Oo. Almost here the oo comes up. I think the E here has become too much prominent. This much of E is not there if you see here clearly. So we'll reduce this E thing. This is good enough, I suppose. So this is the basic blocking for the lip sync. So now let's go to this graph editor and analyze how things are happening. Yes, these are the things, and we can see that there are few static parts which we need to manipulate. Start with the mouth. Now here, as you have seen, it is a ah. Now once it reaches this 26 of the ah, though the la is happening inside, E or whatever is happening inside, but the lip is static. So what we will do, we'll make it little bit down. This is slow out. Similarly here, if you see, the lip is static, the mouth. So let's give a bit of slow out. This is gone. The translation again. Here also we can give a little bit of ease out while it is starting, and also a little bit of ease out while it is ending. Let's go to the jaw. Jaw, okay, this is a static channel, there's no animation, so leave it. Now let's come to this part. Nice place to give some ease in, ease out. We'll just have a little bit of ease out, ease in. Check out this graph. Here it is being it came and just it went like a straight line. So we'll be giving a little bit of ease out. I love you. There are two things which needs to be refined a bit. First of all, this first part. Okay, the body is moving a little bit. So if the body is moving, the lip being a part of the body cannot remain 100% static, right? Let's also check out our reference. So basically in the reference the mouth is fully static, but we will not keep it here. in the beginning we'll just close it up a little bit, so that or we can open it up a little bit in whichever way you want. So not much. Any other animation happened at this time? No, I don't think. Let's click on this one and check. No, apart from this translation Y of the jaw, we don't see much of a change here. However, we also have the option of like, let's see, a minor change, very minor change though, very negligible though, but yes, it helps us to see that nothing is static. And there's another thing which is catching my eye every time I'm playing it, is the last part. Face cam, the last part. Just check here. This woo thing is coming all of a sudden and very fast. And of course, after coming here, it is getting static. Since from 51 to till the end 70, we did not do anything. Let's see what can be done to make it more soothing. Let's continue this expression like lip sync thing till the last frame. You. Here we can see that from 60 to 51 to 61, it is having some animation. I think this one we can extend a little bit, because this from this shape to this shape, it is coming very fast, 47 to 51, almost in this 3 frames. So we can shift it a little bit more. And hence, since the action is till the end, so whatever keys are there, we'll also try to manipulate it. If we can just take it, I'm doing some arbitrary changes like the jaw. The jaw, if you see here, I'm just taking a little bit more down. And let's see what happens. So you see, there's a little bit of up and down in the jaw which is there. From the close-up camera, it is definitely more, but as we go to the actual camera, which is almost a mid-shot, so there we will not see this thing. However, we will feel that the lip sync is not static. So that's our main purpose, our main target, that nowhere of the body should be static.
I love you. I love you.
I feel that the shapes are happening a little late than the audio. Take the whole thing, take whatever lip sync you have been done, just hold it and shift it a couple of frames early.
I love you.
Now here, one thing which I feel, that here in this word I, the R has been opened a little bit less. I mean, it is not less, we have actually exactly followed the reference, but since to make it more prominent, to make it exaggerate a little bit, we do have the liberty to fiddle around a little bit. I feel to make the jaw a little bit more down.
I love you.
Here again, I think the word love and the word you, it is not merging properly. The main reason being, we are doing one after the other. In the va and the you, I feel the u, the e of the u should start a bit earlier. This v is there and then comes the u. This E thing, only the E can start a bit earlier. Or this U thing, that U thing can start a bit earlier. Take the graph editor, the translate Y is almost the same. Only the translate X can start a bit earlier, couple of frames earlier. That will help us to overlap the thing.
I love you.
But the R, I still feel it is not giving that punch. Yeah, see, the main reason is not the amount of opening of the jaw, but the place where it is opening. See, the jaw starts opening from much earlier as we did. So maybe that is one of the reason why the punch is not being seen or being felt properly. So you see from here continuously the jaw is opening, and here also the jaw has opened up. So our trick is not to open it furthermore, because then it will be like too much. So what we will do is from 10 to 15, from 10 to 16, whatever the jaw is opening, we will reduce the opening of the jaw so that from 16 to 20, the opening is much more prominent. So translation Y. Let it have a smooth arc.
I love you.
So if we go frame by frame a little slower. So here the mouth is opening. Then ah. The ah is here. This is the ah part. E happened over here in this place. And la. This place itself is a combination of L and ah. So from R to E, I, then from E to LA, I la, va, love, and then, so E is very nominal here, and E, oo. So this is the oo shape. Now here in this model, this is the maximum oo that can be done. If we go frame by frame here, I love ooh, I love you is, of course, we have done it very minimum. So this is perhaps in a very short way, in a simple way of doing the lip sync. But to start with, you can take up this 3 words, 4 words sentences, and you can get a grip on what exactly things are, how things work out, what are the things that should be prioritized, what are the things that can be overlooked, and how to do the blocking and the final touch. And there are many other things like the jaw roll is there, the other things are there, but that we will be covering up in the later stages when we will go for the detailing of the lip sync. So that's it. So guys, this is how we do things in production, step by step, from the animation, body animation to the lip sync and expressions and so on. So if you feel that the video was good enough and you are being benefited, then don't forget to give a like and subscribe to my channel TECMK. At the same time, you can also share the link with this video with those people who are in need of it. So guys, stay tuned for these type of more interesting videos, and see you sometime next very soon in TECMK. Bye.